Hundreds of youth are streaming into Uhuru Park, the venue of the Shujaa's Memorial Concert today.
Yeah, welcome everyone once again to the broadcast of today. Oh, yes, we have decided to come back here tonight at this time of the day to do what we know how to do best here on Ancient Edu. We don't transliterate, but we translate what our eyes see as usual. You know the code. Okay. So let's get down to business. Today's topic or title for this broadcast still remains Kenya protest versus disillusioned Biafra agitators, part 3. Yeah, the last time we said that this program will be a rolling series. Kenya protest has come. Most likely it's about going, but it won't go without leaving its own marks that it has already placed out there. For those that have the eyes to see, let them see. Those that have the ears to hear, let them hear. Not just to hear, but to listen. And those that have the brains to think, let them think. What is the take back for the fallout that happened in Kenya, titled The Days of Rage? What is the take back from it? Today I had a discussion, I had a conversation, I had a communication, I had a talk with someone, a beloved comrade, and he tried to lay emphasis on what transpired or what went down or what's happening as we speak in the Sahel countries, which comprises of Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Guinea, and so on. But then he heaped praises on Ibrahim Traore, the Burkinabe leader. So I told him no, that because he didn't take much into what's really going on in Kenya. He said it's nice, but he's heaping praises there. I said, no, you don't need to heap praises on Traore or whatsoever is going on in the Sahel countries, states. I said, no, you don't have to do that. We acknowledge what's going on there and what Traore and others are doing. Don't get me wrong for this. But I'm looking down. Let me not say looking down. I'm looking down inside what's actually going on behind the scene. That's where I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the giant strides Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, and others are making in the Sahel region, how they are dealing with France and asking US to vacate their land to leave. That's a giant stride. That's a feat that is performed not just by mere men, not just by mortals, but by phenomenal men. Men of steel, not just timber and caliber, but men of steel. That is what Ibrahim Traore is and the other Sahel leaders. those men are men of steel. So you don't look at men of steel and you say, oh, they are doing great, because they're already great. Huh? So there's no point in laying emphasis there. I said, let's come back home and look at what's going on within the geographical location of the Zoological Republic. I said, let's look there and let us look at the things that we have in there that we call men, that call themselves men, because someone like me cannot call them men. They call themselves men. And let's look at the things that call themselves youths, the Nigerian youths, and tell ourselves the truth. If we have men or people of the likes of Traore and so on in the land, we don't. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has done the job. He has finished it already by tagging them that we don't have men in Biafra land. What we have is gossipers. And the type of gossipers we have in Biafra land are serial gossipers. The men of Biafra land are serial gossipers. The harbingers of sorrow. The foundation of witchcraft. That's what we have there. So I told him off that you need to think. You need to use your brains to think. Because I am laying my emphasis, the foundation of my emphasis, on Kenya. Remember, Kenya has been a notorious country for doing high-profile kidnapping. It was until they kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya that we all understood what has been going on in Kenya. It happened under Uhuru Kenyatta. It's an apology to say that that man never knew the meaning of his name, Uhuru. As Africans, they are easy to bend over and get money. The moment you give them money, they bend over. They don't care. They love money so much that their own values, their norms and culture, their tradition, everything that has to do with them, they throw it to the wind. That's a typical African for you. I said, now, I'm going to look into Kenya. You saw what the Gen Zs, not even the regular, the Gen Zs, those ones that you regard as sissy, as lazy, as weak. They are the ones that rose up and took the country by storm. How many days? They occupied the government house, they burned down the private jets and so on. They destroyed everything. They are up to the point that international media started streaming it and they titled it Days of Rage. Kenya Days of Rage. That is a title all international media gave. They are streaming it. These kids, they never said, oh, America, come to our rescue. Oh, Britain. Oh, France is the one holding us. Britain is the one holding us. Oh, America. Oh, we are reporting the world. We are putting the world on a standby or stand still or stand away or stand alone. I don't know. They never speak any English. What they came out for? Unification of one purpose. And they marched and they passed their message across all boards, up to the point that Putin heard their cry, saw their action. Putin waved in. When Putin waved in, what did he say? He's on the side of the Kenyan people. The following day later, the William Rotten Ruto came out to make apologies, asking for forgiveness for high-handedness or mismanagement. No, the children, they had enough. It's enough. You went to see Putin the other day. You went with a private jet. Now you want to see Biden. You are going to get a new private jet to see Biden. How much is a private jet? Probably it's running to $100 million or more. And at the end, you get there, they give you loan of $20 million or $30 million. So you can acquire a private jet that is well into hundreds of millions of dollars to go and get a loan of 30 million. Why can't you use that money for the private jet and take care of your own citizens? So the children, they said enough is enough, the Gen Zs. They rose and they stood on their feet. in one language. Then I asked my comrade, I said, come, can anyone in Nigeria do this thing? More especially in Igbo land. Can anyone do it? Before you take an inch for a step, you have been sold out already. Someone is bragging of how much they have or how educated they are. I don't blame them. When we were kids growing up, Coolio said, educated fools with money in their hands. Probably Coolio was referring to the Igbos. Educated fools with money in their hands. Go and listen to Gangster's Paradise by Coolio. That is what the Igbos are. It's a shame that they don't have shame. That is how bad it is. You know? Do you think we'll come out here to pet words? Someone will say, don't wash the dirty linen in the public. No. We'll wash it under the eye of the sun. That's where we'll wash it, so that we'll be able to see the fabrics neat and clear. Then we'll be able to know where some dirt is still hiding in the fabrics while we do the laundry. So we'll wash it under the eye of the sun in the public. Because that is the only way to institutionalize a change in the land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he would destroy the zoo with the truth, you know. That is what he said. So if we must make corrections in our land, we must wash the dirty linen in the public. And washing it in the public means using the truth to embarrass and disgrace everyone. So we'll do that. We don't care. We don't care how you feel. Look at what is going on in Kenya. I have a video here for you so that you all will see. They said 24 youths died in the protests. 24 died through police brutality, police high-handedness, and so on. 24 of them died. So they did a memorial service for them yesterday in the park. But they passed a message, a straight message. The politicians from now on moving forward will sit up straight. In Nigeria, it can never ever happen. It's not that these youth, they didn't see money. After all, burning down a private jet, don't you know how much they saw before they burnt down everything? Taking over the senators, their parliament, don't you know what they saw? But they don't care. Money doesn't count. Money doesn't matter. An American rapper say money ain't the thing no more, you know? Money is nothing to liberation. Money is nothing to freedom. But turn to Nigeria. Nigeria as a whole, food is everything to them. Food. Then the Igbos, money and food is everything to them. Just give them. They will forget their purpose. And they start acting wild. They start killing themselves. The Igbos. How many of your comrades, colleagues, friends, associates, brothers, sisters, and so on died during the NSAS? Did anybody talk about NSAS again? Those that collected money have collected. Everybody went away. But in Kenya, the moment the police killed one youth, the rage continued. They killed another. The rage was overwhelming. What slowed them down? When they heard the lion roar from Russia. They said, oh, if Putin will come here, it will be game over. They started fixing their home very quick. When it comes to our own, Biafra agitators, every minute, oh, Britain, leave us alone. France, leave us alone. America, come to our rescue. Israel, come to our rescue. And you call those people human beings. Huh? Britain is not holding you. Yesterday, Tinubu said he's not the one holding Nnamdi Kanu. If Tinubu is not the one holding Nnamdi Kanu, then who is holding Nnamdi Kanu? It has come back to the nitty-gritty, to the point. First point of call, first line of action. The Igbos are the ones holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Igbos are the ones that organized his kidnap, went to Kenya, kidnapped him, brought him back to Nigeria. Took him down there. Why? Because they promised them presidencies. Not that they gave them money, they just promised them. That's how worthless the Igbos are. Ordinary promise. This time around, you didn't get the money. They used their own money financed the kidnap of their own, their leader, sold him back to Nigeria. And you want to tell me that the Igbos are human beings? No, they are less than an animals. It's a shame that you will come out and say, Fulani is ruling you. Fulani. Oh, Ndena Chinnama. People that they sleeps with cattle and everything. Yes, you can call them all those names. You can be your professors and everything in the academia as the Igbos. And one damn Fulani that cannot even spell damn Fulani is your leader ruling you. Then that means, since you call him the cattle, then you are the grass that the cattle is eating. The grass can never be above the cattle. That is the meaning of what's going on in Nigeria. If you Igbos don't know, better know it now. Some useless Igbos will listen to this, and out of their pride and arrogance, they will push it away. But what is playing is playing. Did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not tell you guys, in fact the whole nation, that Somalia will be better? Food and Agricultural Organization or World Food whatsoever, they made their ranking within the week or last week. They said Nigeria is now ranked on the same level as hunger nation to Somalia. Nigeria is ranking below Somalia. Somalia is above Nigeria. Just one tomato in Nigeria is sold for 1,000 naira, 800 naira, 700 naira, 900, 1,000. Just one tomato. One. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the degradation? Yet Nigeria, everyone is peaceful. Everyone is quiet. Everyone is speaking English. Everyone is talking of how educated they are. Why those that are not educated are making things right? One of the wars that happened in, was it not Somalia? It was Sudan during the time of Farah Aidid. One of the things that led to the war was high cost of bread. I think they added a cent or 5 cents or something to it. It led to mayhem. Before you know what's happening, it degenerated to war. Nigeria, you can have 1,000% inflation. Nobody will talk. 1,000,000% beyond hyper inflation. Nobody will talk. Everyone will be silent, looking for their brother to terminate, sell, kill, destroy, kidnap, just to make the money. That's what goes on in Nigeria. So there's no need for you to listen to this broadcast and say, oh, he's talking shit, he's abusing us, we will not listen. That is the reason for this broadcast. The abuse will come to you so that you will not listen. Your pride and your arrogance will make you push it aside. Oh, it's none of his business, I'm the one suffering. Yes, I agree. So when you turn around to ask for assistance from someone in the diaspora, remember that you are the one suffering. It's none of his own problem outside. So I'm the one that has it. You are not the one that have it. So it depends if I will give or if I will not give. That is the mindset of those in the diaspora. Just as you say that I'm the one suffering, it's none of your business. The other one will say I'm the one having it, it's none of your business. You understand? It's tit for tat. Tit for tat is a fair game, it's balanced. It's an equilibrium, you know. So let us go to this video straight up so that you can all see what's going on in. It's an insert from the Kenyan news station or whatever. And let me see if I can bring it out this way. Let me bring it out this way. Okay. This way is better. So let's go there.
Hundreds of youth are streaming into Uhuru Park. Hundreds of youth are streaming into Uhuru Park, the venue of the Shujaz Memorial Concert today, to honor those who were killed during the anti-government protests witnessed in the past weeks across the country. Now, some of those attending the event have called for justice for those killed by police officers while exercising their democratic right to protest. Security has been beefed up in the city's central business district and at key government installations as police officers keep vigil ahead of events that coincide with Sabasaba Day.
The main reason why we have come here, it is just to come and mourn some of our freedom fighters who are being killed in some of the demonstrations that we have been holding. They were being killed for no reasons, and we don't know why they were being killed, but we hope justice will prevail, and it will be a peaceful morning.
Na tuna expect watu wakuja kwa wingi sana kukumbuka wenzetu wenye walikufa kwa maandamano, sababu wakufa kupenda kwao, walikuwa wanapigania nchi.
Yeah, you can hear them. These are the Gen Zs. These are the youths, the children of Kenya. They said enough is enough. They stood firm. Look at the police. They don't even have the guts to touch them. Shoot and let's see what happens. In Nigeria, you won't touch the police. You will not abuse them. They will just shoot you. Nigerian police officers shoot Nigerian citizens for 50 cents, 10 cents, 1 cent, 5 cents. They shoot you and kill you. Not even for up to $1. That is how human life is worthless in Nigeria. And when you look at the officers that shoot, they are usually the officers from the south, from west and east, Yoruba and Igbo. They are the ones that usually shoot. You cannot go to the northern part of the country in Nigeria and see a police officer or a uniformed man shoot a northerner. It is not possible. It's not done, except on rare occasions, maybe by accidental discharge, maybe. But in the south, it is a very, very common thing. That is what led to the NSAS protest. Police, extrajudicial killing by the police. Police will see you with your iPhone. As at then, it's just iPhone 5, not even Pro Max. Ordinary iPhone 5. Police officer in Nigeria will shoot you dead and take your iPhone 5 from you to sell. Yet another youth will buy from his hand because he's selling it cheap. One way to stop crime, my best advice or solution to stopping crime is when someone comes to sell a stolen property to you, do not buy, regardless of where you find yourself on the surface of this world. Do not buy. By the time we kill the market of stolen property, that nobody buys it, then such crimes will stop. But if you keep patronizing from the one that steals, that commits a crime, it means that both the giver and the taker, or the seller and the buyer, they are the same. So whatsoever law is good enough for the geese must also be implemented on the gander. It's the same. You do 50, I do 50. So both are guilty. Nigerian police will shoot you for no good reason. So let them continue so that you will get to where we are going. Then you will understand.
Walikufa kwa kupigania nchi na sasa tunataka watu wakuje kwa wingi, musician wote wakuje perform.
Anasema tu austeric measures za kupunguza budget. Lakini ukiangalia vizuri hakuna cabinet ameshukishwa bado. Mimi nasikia tu Prime Minister ofisi haifai kuwa, lakini mimi sijasikia wakisema haya. Sasa hao ndo tumewaweka kando na hao ndo watabaki, and then hajaongea mambo kuhusu hao ma MP.
Whatever they are saying, I don't get to understand their language, but their action is what I understood. I believe it should be Swahili that they are speaking, but I don't get to understand. But you can sit down to watch even if you don't understand, because you know what they are talking about, what they stood for, what they are standing for. You know. Putin doesn't speak English. Neither does he speak Swahili, but he saw what was going on and he understood the language. Mere speech is a language. Action is another language. These ones, they didn't speak much. They took the bull by the horn. It is said, if you fuck with the bull, you get the horn. But for you to take down the bull and be a man, you must take the bull by the horn and bring it down. These children decided to take the bull called William Ruto or Rotten. They brought him down to beg. They were killing them. They said, no, we'll die here. We'll finish here. But this country will go down as we are going down. Ruto had to beg. Tell me, Buhari, Did Buhari apologize to the Igbos for anything? But he said no. And yet the Igbos voted him into the office. And he told them that I will finish you people. But he gave them money. And he still finished them. That is how useless the Igbos are. An Igbo man will take money from Lucifer and tell you that God was the one that offended Lucifer. That Lucifer is actually a pretty nice guy. That's an Igbo man for you. Look at this. If you have watched up to this part of this program by now, I believe you should be able to share this program, this very broadcast, share it around, so that message coming out from ancient Idu will keep hitting harder to different places. It's time to wake up. This is a wake-up call. If you feel that you are a black African, a black man anywhere in the world, the cure to your madness comes from ancient Idu, because we will expose a whole lot of things that will challenge your brain, because the hardest thing for a black man to do is the ability to think. That's why they hate to read. They can go to school, have all the academic degrees and everything, but reading, they are allergic to reading. They are aliens, foreigners to reading. They don't like reading. That's why you see them, they acquire all the highest educational honors in the land. Once you put them in their country and make them president, you see that an illiterate in the street is still far better. Such as the president or the one that gave independence to Malawi. What's his name again? Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda. Could have been a bandit anyway. He was a trained medical doctor in London, in England. He went back home, fought for the independence of his nation, gave them independence, now became a tyrant. He ruled them for, I think, 30 or 40 years. He never wanted to leave the office, but he's educated. So that's why education is alien to the African mindset. Don't get me wrong, there are still a couple of them that are still outstanding. The dead take them out of this world. They don't bend. They don't make shortcuts. They are honest and straightforward. At least we all can see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even in chains, even in shackles, he refused to drop whatever they are forcing on him. Huh? Look at a nation like Taiwan, with all the billions China gave them to sell out so that they will reunite. They said, no, we know what freedom is, and we are maintaining our cultural heritage. We are not the same. Look at the Igbos. You don't need to give them billions, just give them a few hundreds or thousands. They will sell out, throw their cultural identity away. They throw it away. Let's continue with what these people are saying.
We now link up with our reporter Emmanuel Toes at Uhuru Park for the Shujaz Memorial Concert. To, good afternoon. Maybe you can tell us how is the turnout so far and what time exactly is the concert expected to start? And I believe you're with the organizer of the concert, that is Boniface Mwangi. Maybe you'll have a one-on-one with him and let us know what's happening or what the plans are.
Well, thank you very much. Definitely, we are here at the Uhuru Park as we await that event to kick off. It is the Shujaz Memorial Service in honor of those who were killed during the demonstrations that rocked the whole country. And about 41 people have been confirmed dead from those protests. And this is according to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. And of course, we are here. The stage is set. There are almost hundreds of the youth who've already turned up for this. Remember, in 1990, when we first had this event, it was being organized on the streets of Nairobi and other parts of the country, but this time around the youth are doing it in a new fashion, in an entertainment fashion, to ensure that they also honor those who died. I'm here with one of those who've been key of course, in organizing this event, Boniface Mwangi. I don't know whether you could just speak to us quickly about the preparations. First of all, are you the organizer of this event, Bonnie?
Kenyans are the organizers of the event. So we are here today to remember the people who were killed by the police. They were actually murdered by the police, and want to celebrate their sacrifice to this country. That's why we're here today.
Okay. And what do we expect today?
We have a big lineup of artists, but it's just a celebration.
So let's stop it there. You heard what he said. They asked him, are you the organizer of this protest? He said, no, Kenyans are the organizers of the gathering there. That they are the organizers. In Nigeria, you have a man like Pet Edochie and his son, his useless son, Yul, useless Edochie, coming out to claim honors and titles. Then Edochie himself, Pet, said that those clamoring or agitating for freedom are uneducated, that they should go back to school. And I said, thank you, sir. We have heard you. But his son that is educated is with another woman that is married to another man. That is not education. If that is what education is all about, we rather don't take that route. We are standing on the ground of freedom. You heard what this young man said. He said, Kenyans are the organizers of the event. He didn't take the glory to himself. These are people that know what they want. They know where they are standing. They know where they put their feet. Freedom or death. Tiananmen Square massacre in China. I think it was 1986. 1986. I can't remember the exact date. They stood there and they said, freedom or death. They died. Was their message passed? Yes. The message was repeated again during the COVID lockdown. Those were one of the things that made Xi Jinping change his mind, because he knew as at then that if these kids would team up nicely, they will outrun China. China could have 1 million soldiers, 2 million soldiers, 10 million soldiers, but remember that the entire country is like 1.3 billion. These people will team up and just sandwich all the uniform personnel in China. So he had to soft pedal a bit because the people were becoming frustrated. They knew what freedom stands for. They know. Now it comes to our own side. Let us make a sit at home. Next thing we started complaining, oh, we'll die of hunger, we'll die of hunger. What is going on in the land now? If you people had taken that sit at home serious, the situation you find yourself in inside Nigeria now will never ever get to this stage. The situation in Nigeria, no food, by force fasting, by force hunger strike, is happening in Nigeria now. Someone told me the other day, oh, the hunger will get to a point where Nigerians will say enough is enough. That's a lie. The hunger has crossed that point, yet Nigerians are docile. Do you know what Nigerians fight for? They fight for their men of God. If you say Adeboye is mad, you see 10 million Nigerians that will come out to fight you for Adeboye. They have not had a finger to feed for the day. They are hungry. They have not seen a food, any form of food to eat. But they will fight for Adeboye. Why are you fighting for Adeboye? He's a man of God. If you don't fight for him, you will live under curse. Without them knowing that being a Nigerian already is a curse. Without them knowing that being in Nigeria alone is a symbol of hunger and poverty. Look at the youth in Kenya. They have fought a just cause. The Kenya laws and everything will change. The Igbo man will rush down there to tell them that God loves them, that they are the chosen people of God. They are from Israel. Without them, no nation will move forward. So, this is the point of my broadcast tonight. The other day, someone came out and said he had witchcraft power. He possesses the strength of clairvoyance. He can do and undo. I said, okay, if you can do and undo through clairvoyance, why can't you bring out our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? If you have the power of witchcraft, you are so powerful that you can eliminate or terminate a mother and the daughter. Anyone that talks against you, just take away their lives. And you did not use that to take away the lives of those that are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. charlatans sef. We'll be cutting this program off from here because the message has been passed. There's nothing else to say about this very video because we have seen what transpired in Kenya and what has gone down so far so good, and the result these youths achieved. So I give them kudos for the bold step they took to effect a change. Just 24 people died. They prevented thousands of Kenyans from dying tomorrow. So they had to sacrifice their lives today and fought for a just cause. Nigerians will never sacrifice their life for today. And they will be hoping to go to heaven in the next minute. That is why Nigerians are dying like pack of flies. If you don't die through extrajudicial killing, you die from hunger. If you don't die from hunger, you die in the medical department in hospitals because the doctor will want to harvest your organs and sell it. If you don't die via the medical section, you die through ritual. Someone will use you for ritual. Someone will kidnap you and use you for ritual. So that is how evil Nigeria is. And we have taken it upon ourselves on Ancient Idu to highlight these things. We don't make content because we need followers or crowd. Then we start cashing out YouTube money. Because when you do such things, then that means your purpose of coming out is not for the truth. You have seen a lucrative business that will earn you not just passive income, but active income. Constant money. So when I look at the media section of the freedom fighters, the so-called Biafra have, I see them all as criminals. Criminals that have nothing to offer. In this channel, Ancient Idu, we will come, and we will come. But our coming will remain constant. Because we are evolving to hit the nail where we need to hit it. So we are skimming around, coming. Consistency is the key. We have struggled for a long time to try and maintain a constant feed like this broadcast, but we have not been able to achieve that. From one situation to the other, technicalities. So, but now we will be coming. So watch out. Ancient Idu will be the place for you to come and listen to that thing that will make you think by force. So you can, like I said before, you can share this program to those that will sit down, listen, and think. I don't want you to hear it. I need you to listen. There is difference between hearing and listening. When you listen, you wake up the senses of reasoning. But when you hear, it's like a dogma. You just take it and throw it away and say, oh, it's none of my business. Our business is our business. Our business is hammering the truth into the black head. What's the black head? The head of the black man. The head of the Igbo people. We are focusing on our own people and by extension, black at large across the world, because every single black left from our land. That land is called Idu land, and will come in a way that will remove the mist, break down everything and expose it. There's names like Biafra, Bantu, Akebulan, and others. Done away with once and for all. This is Ancient Idu. We are coming with something else, with a pattern that is not seen before, and it will never ever be seen until we come with it. That's that for now, people. We'll come back again with another broadcast. and we'll keep narrowing it down. This rave that's going on in the land must be firmly established. It must be firmly established that evil will come to an end, because there's no way darkness will ever prevail over light. We are the children of the light, and when we come, darkness must flee. Idu is the kingdom of God on earth, and its restoration is here. No mortal or foul spirit will be able to stop it. Thank you all for taking your time to listen to the broadcast of tonight.